Hi, welcome back to another episode of Thinking Inside the Box on Noah's Ark. First of all, I'd like to thank all the new recent subscribers to my channel. It means a lot to me to be able to share these videos to a growing community of music enthusiasts. So thank you all again. But let's dive straight into today's topic. And we're going to be talking about Keith Richards' distorted acoustic guitar sound. And I'd like to call that sound the cassette guitar sound, if I may. And Richards is known to have used this technique on several different tracks, including Jumping Jack Flash, Street Fighting Man, and Gimme Shelter, amongst others. And so let's first listen to Street Fighting Man from the 1968 Rolling Stones album called Beggar's Banquet. So basically this technique consists of recording an acoustic guitar through a small cassette recorder multiple times and layering that sound, while at the same time overloading the input of that recorder to get that distortion. And on top of that, he's going to re-record that sound in the studio through a speaker. So the result is this sound of distortion that's hard to recreate with a traditional electric guitar and some guitar pedals, and is really characteristic to this distortion created with an acoustic guitar. So without further ado, let's try to recreate that effect using a DW and some modern equipment, namely an iPhone. So I'd like to try to recreate that sound using my iPhone's microphone, and putting that into Pro Tools, layering the sounds, we'll be able to get close to that Richards Street Fighting Man guitar sound. So let's try first recording an acoustic guitar riff with the iPhone. Next, I'm going to start layering a couple of different takes. Now, in the DW, I'm going to try to apply some tape saturation emulation so that I can get that kind of cassette guitar sound. But hopefully, the iPhone microphone will already have overloaded a little bit and compressed the guitar sound already. So let's do that in Pro Tools. So I've got the reference over here, down mixed to mono. And then I've got the 7 different takes of acoustic guitars below. So let's first listen to the reference in mono. And then one of the iPhone recordings that I've done. So it sounds quite thin and it's dry without any processing. So let's double track that to see how that sounds like. So now already it's a little more full, but let's triple track. 4 times. 5. 6. 7. So now it's a lot closer to the original, and let's listen back to the reference. So it's still not quite there yet, so let's apply some processing now. So I've done some little EQ to boost the bottom end and the attack and the picking of the guitar. And then we're going to apply this cassette deck effect with the studio. this is where all the distortions come from. Then we can make it even more lo-fi by applying a 3.75 Ibs tape machine plugin. So now it's really distorted and compressed. So let's compare with the original. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video on Keith Richards' acoustic guitar sound. And if you haven't seen some of my past videos, I've made a recreation of Led Zeppelin's John Bonham drum sound using all sorts of phasing and delay to be able to recreate those iconic sounds on Zeppelin records. So I'll put a description below if you'd like to see that, and I highly recommend you click on that link. Otherwise, please feel free to comment on this video if you want any clarifications on this technique, or if you have any other thoughts, please share this with us in the comment section below. Some of you may know, but I've recently released a new album, and I'd love you guys to check those new songs out. I'll put a link in the description below and at the end of the video so that you guys can enjoy my new album. And I'd love to hear what you think about it. So I hope you enjoy my music as well, and I'll see you next time for another video.